Center field that sends Bellinger back onto the track at the wall. Bellinger brings it back. A robbery from Cody Bellinger, taking a home run away from the guy that he's traded places with. Here's first drive after the Younghoe Koo missed field goal. Justin Fields to work, has DJ Moore into the breadbasket. This year and years past knows why he's supposed to be doing certain things, like throwing the ball deep to DJ Moore. Third down and goal. Fields flings that corner. Moore! Touchdown! Caruso.
I'm so glad to see them doing it alive.
Wide. Now Bedard again. And he scores. What a play!
Bennington. No chance at all for the Blues netminders. Connor Bedard.
Bedard now. Main Street. He scores!
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Madhouse of Monsters. You know what I'm saying? Today is going to be another special Thursday edition for a show. It's your boy, Leroy, Pinky the Phenom, Pinkston the Third, with the co-host, BJ in the building, Eric Rogers, a.k.a. The Gunslinger, and our new addition to the team, Mr. Harris. Yes, sir, is in the building. Yes.
Appreciate you, fellas.
Oh, yeah.
Much
We
love,
gonna keep
love.
it cracking. We finna go in. So today's topic, will the Chicago Bears and Ryan Poles target certain free agents in upcoming free agency? We got a list. We got a long list.
We're checking it twice.
Yes, we are definitely checking it twice. Maybe 3-4 times too. Depending on who we get. Now, right now, a lot of this stuff is kind of undetermined because we don't have the OC yet. We just got word in Cliff Kingsbury was the next guy on the list that they interviewing. My money is that it's just for a mere formality. He's just there because he's available. And to see where he would fit in. I don't think he's OC material for us, to be honest. But yes. This is Team Pinkalicious. It's my boy Casey was saying. It's Team Pinkalicious and the crew. Tune in with us every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Please go ahead and check that button. Like and subscribe. Please. It helps the show. It's awesome. We appreciate it. And we appreciate all the viewers that's already popping in already. Much love to all of you guys. We appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Let's go ahead, man. We're gonna go ahead and start off. Let's go talk about the running backs that are available in free agency at the moment. Now I know you guys have the list. So BJ, you want to go ahead and go off your list real quick and run off the main guys? I know Saquon's number one on that list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are guys who are free agents or potential free agents?
Right. So with me, as far as a running back free agent, I don't think the Bears need to overspend on a running back. We already have a pretty solid running game. Actually, we have the best running game in the NFL. So, I think we're better off at drafting a running back than signing one in free agent. That's my personal belief on that.
Yeah.
I think if we draft a running back, we've been doing good with drafting. We could even bring back Khalil. We could I don't know. I heard some things about you hear Derrick Henry, you hear Saquon,
Doesn't sound
I don't think those guys we need to overspend for. I think now there was something I read an article on about an AJ Dillon. That's a possibility. A Green Bay Packer running back.
We already have an A.J. Dillon.
So
I'm just saying, it's complimentary backs. It's complimentary backs. You know, I mean,
he's not bad though.
I don't.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. You're right. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what? My belief is, you know, get another complimentary back where we will still have a 3-back system, so we always have a fresh back, and they all are able to hold their own. You know, they're all able. Khalil Herbert can hold his own. You got Roshan, he can hold his own, and then we get a nice quality third back, and we're straight. That's all we really need. We don't have to overspend.
How you feel about that, Harris? What are you thinking of? What's your take on the free agency and the running backs?
Well, you already know. Cole's already told you he's not going to overspend for a running back, so we're not going because he would have paid David Montgomery what he wanted. So we already know right there that's not going to happen. But I'm intrigued by Josh Jacobs and Saquon. I think Saquon is built for Chicago, but I don't think he's going at this point. I don't think he's going to require a whole bunch of cash, man. Josh Jacobs,
yeah. But
you add Roquan, depending on who the quarterback's going to be. See, the whole thing, you got to wait till the OC gets picked up because that's a big thing right there. We'll know from the rip what's going to happen once they hire the OC.
That's true.
So it's like, which back is going to fit with who?
Yeah, to me, it is. It really depends on the OC. I mean, because we're talking about the two Cliff Kingsbury and the guy from the Chargers and the guy from the Seahawks. They want a pass catching running back. So you're talking about Saquon. You're talking about DeAndre Swift, who are both great in the passing game. I mean that's a whole other element. I mean, we obviously see what the 49ers do with Christian McCaffrey, and that's what everybody wants. Everyone's looking at Christian McCaffrey, Isaiah Pacheco, guys like that. Like, look what those guys do, 500-plus yards, receiving yards. That's a whole other added game that can take so much off of Fields as it is. It really depends, man. To me, veteran leadership. If you don't have veteran leadership at the quarterback position, it's got to be at the running back level and the offensive line. So, I mean, if it's me, I'm going to get there. I'm talking Derrick Henry, or I'm talking Saquon Barkley. If you guys are talking about trying to take pressure off Fields as being a leader, because I think everybody wants to say, "Hey, Fields, be our leader, be our this, be our that." I don't think he wasn't a leader at Ohio State. Like, he wasn't.
Well, yeah, that's where I have to disagree. And as being a Big Ten homer myself, I root for everything Big Ten. Justin Fields was definitely the de facto leader on that team, and if it was him that led the charge to get the Big Ten to come back during COVID.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
So he's definitely a leader, and he was a leader in that locker room. Now, is he a vocal leader? Maybe not. He leads mostly by action.
That's what I'm saying. The vocal leadership is what's needed.
He's not the super rah-rah guy that maybe a Saquon is. Saquon's the rah-rah, let me, during the game kind of get you fired up. But Fields can do that too. It's just that we weren't able to do that.
He chose not to open his mouth. I mean, most quarterbacks, if they don't like what's happening, it's not working. You got to say something, right? I mean, every young quarterback has said something to. Baker Mayfield, for anybody that said coach, it's not working. Most coaches.
He did initially did slip up and say something. He did initially say it was coaching,
and he retracted it. He retracted it.
Media kind of steamrolled him for it, and he's trying to be the nice guy and not try to destroy the team chemistry. He took the high road. Yeah, he didn't like he was trying to get everyone fired right away.
I agree with that. That's perfect. I agree with that.
How the Chicago media get. So he was trying to be smart.
I get that. But I'm saying if you're looking for Fields to be that guy that's going to get in his offensive line's ass, tell him to be the guy that's hey, this is not working. We need to change this. Blah blah. That's fine. Then build around that. But if he's not ready to do that and is not willing to do that, that's fine. I'm okay with that. You don't have to, but you got to have other people that are willing to do that. That's what I'm saying. If you want to build, take that pressure off him and just let him play football, You go get Mike Evans. You go get Saquon. You go get Barkley, because those guys, they'll take that person. They love that. They love that. They'll take that. They'll do those type of things. That's why I'm saying, if you're gonna go get a running back like that, go get him. Take that pressure off him. And like I said, it depends on the OC. We get a running back. If we get a running style OC that wants 2 tight end sets, you got to get Sack. You got to get Barkley, because you have to. If you get an OC that's talking 3 wide, okay, maybe you go get DeAndre Swift, who doesn't require a bunch of money, but it's going to give you a bunch of production out the backfield as a passer, as a pass catcher, right? You know, there's too much up in the air to really say, hey, let's go out and spend the money on this running back. But I'm saying, if we are going to, Barkley has to be at the top of that list, just because if he is the other version of Christian McCaffrey, and look what Christian
that
McCaffrey
is where
does.
My train of thought is with the fact that, you know, Greg Roman was interviewed several, you know, his interview time was very lengthy. Leads me to believe that, you know, there's some concepts that are, you know, not just because of Fields' running ability. I think that there's some other concepts that this Bears team can be upgraded by.
Yep.
Now, don't get me wrong. I love Khalil. I love Roshan as well. However, Saquon's a dog.
Yeah.
And if it only takes us, you know, if it's only going to cost us a couple extra bucks to get him, you know, maybe an extra, you know, $7, maybe $8 million a year deal. I am all for it. Absolutely all for it.
I mean, and that's things. I mean, you look at that, and then you look at Derrick Henry. You know, like, if we're talking heavy run game, obviously those two, they're going to take. You're talking about them taking 20 to 25 carries a game, which you got to have an offensive line to do that. Do we have that? Well, not yet. That's the hard part. We don't have the offensive line to really do that yet. So then we talk about, do you build that offensive line through the draft and get the running back, or do you get the offensive line and then get a running back and see what happens?
That's why we're going over this free agency list now, my brother.
And
how's it going, Robert? How's it going?
So my take on that. Whether getting the offensive line running back.
Hold on, buddy. Where receivers go die. Where has he ever had true receiver? This man, his best receiver that he ever had was Michael Crabtree. Let's keep that in mind.
That is true. Greg Roman, yes, that is true.
He had Hollywood Brown. He had Marquise Brown.
He had Des Bryant too, didn't he? Oh, he had Des Bryant too.
No,
but Des Bryant was at the tail end of his career.
Was not himself.
Yeah, he was at the tail end of his career.
He only played
and I know why Greg's saying that, because Des Bryant and then somebody else put it on Twitter, said Justin Fields, if they make a Greg Roman, ask for a trade immediately. Des Bryant put that on his Twitter, and it went around like wildfire. That's why Greg Roman. That's why he's saying that about Greg Roman.
Brown got out of there.
I mean, he really hasn't had a receiver, and I mean,
right now to help him run the concepts that he wants. He had a decent receiving core in 21, and you saw what happened. The defense, you know, the passing yards picked up, and then when those guys got hurt the next year, it went right back down. So, in his concept, you need guys who are big, fast, physical guys who are willing to block. DJ Moore fits that mold. MHJ, you know what I'm saying, Marvin Harrison Jr., he fits that mold. And the nice segue over to the receivers. Mike Evans fits that mold, and I'm hoping that is
go out
there and get. So that is.
I got some stuff on that. So,
hey, right.
So Mike Evans,
our money.
Mike Evans is a beast.
Yeah. So I mean,
do we want to pay $20 million for a receiver?
Yes.
Yes, we do. I will pay Mike Evans whatever he asks. I don't care what the man asks you. Pay
Mike Evans. Is he 32? Isn't he 32?
But he's still a 1,000-yard season again.
No, he's only 30. He's only 30.
He's 30. Okay, 30.
Yeah, but
give him a 4-year. You give him a 4-year contract. You give him a 4-year contract. $20 million a year.
I would.
Okay, he's up there. He's up there. That's one thing that bothers me.
But here's the other thing. So we're talking about that big body receiver. I mean, everybody's watching AJ Brown. His Twitter deleted in Philadelphia everything. Deleted Instagram, delete Philadelphia, everything. So I mean, here's another thing: do we try and trade for AJ Brown and get Mike Evans? Because we could do both.
But that's if we trade the first pick.
I'm okay.
Then we'll have the draft capital.
If we're trading the first round of our draft pick for AJ Brown, I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm okay with getting if we can get Mike Evans with that too. I'm not trying to trade that pick and not get Mike Evans.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you would be cool with trading that pick, getting Mike Evans and AJ Brown, and then just completely forgetting about Marvin Harrison.
I mean, because you got to think about that role. I mean, both those two look exactly like Marvin Harrison. It's those two, but they're more veteran, right? We don't have to worry about the rookie onset, as most people would say. They're already veteran guys. They're big bodies. They're both 1,000-yard receivers.
Put your wallet away, Bruce. Hey man, your hat's fire, bro. The hat is fire. That is fire, my brother.
Thanks.
We got someone joining the chat with us, y'all. We got my boy Casey in the building, all in the chat. Yeah.
What up, Casey?
What's going on, fellas?
What's on, brother?
What's up,
What's
Casey?
going on?
Sorry, I'm a little late. I had a couple things I got to get done.
It's all good, brother. Glad you're here. All right, let's see what our friend we got in the chat. Mo, what's going on, Mo? Let's see what you got to say.
Man, I'm digging that Gale Sayers jersey, bro.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, who's to say that we're hiring Greg Roman as the OC? He might be our run game coordinator.
Ooh, that's true. Yeah,
and that's the thing.
But you know what? They said they were interviewing for the OC.
Bringing these guys in. No, Cliff Kingsbury could just be the quarterbacks coach that we're looking for. You know, he might be. These hires are we're only labeling the hires as offensive coordinator because we're not sure if that's what their titles are.
Yeah,
a lot of these guys are.
We're not looking at their position. You're right.
A lot of these guys could be just guys filling in for tight end, running backs, wide receiver coach. You know, Greg Roman has literally the best resume as a run game coordinator. His run philosophy and his scheme is literally second to none. So why wouldn't we give him a holler to see if he'd be interested in taking a higher paying position as just a run game coordinator and maybe like assistant head coach because he has the most experience out of all the ones that we'll be interviewing, and then have our OC be the overseer because, you know, the concepts will marry together depending on who our pass game coordinator is going to be. So these are things that, we got to take into consideration. But I understand what you're saying. If Greg Roman is the OC, who's going to be the pass game coordinator? Who's the run game coordinator for him? Who's the other person delegating a lot of decisions and play calling for him?
I think a lot of people forget. I mean, we're not only looking for an OC, we're looking for a DC too. So this is a double set.
Yeah, we are.
We're going to pay a bunch. We got to figure out who we're going to pay the money to, right?
We got deep pockets. For everybody, people forget they call us the second city for a reason.
Exactly. So I know everyone's seen the reports. Everyone's saying bring Ron Rivera back home. Thank you. But everyone's saying bring Ron Rivera back home, but he's going to cost all the money in the goddamn world. But do we sell out and get a DC like that and say, hey, we'll be the Bears of old and win everything with our defense, or maybe we go the cheaper route and get a cheaper DC and get a more expensive OC. I mean, all these interviews, you got to think, money's on the table. Money's on the table too. So when we're talking like Pinky was saying, we're talking about OC. We don't want to pay the OC money, but you want to be our run game coordinator? Okay, we'll take that. Okay, so throwing the OC name out there with just the position that it is. All these OCs coach a offensive position themselves. It's not just the OC. So I mean, yeah, Greg Roman to me, if I'm okay with him being a run coordinator and maybe being the assistant head coach. I think
to answer the question that was posed right here about would Greg Roman's run numbers looked as good if he didn't have dual threat quarterbacks? The answer is yes.
Yes.
Because prior to having Colin Kaepernick, he had Alex Smith, who wasn't exactly a mobile quarterback. And they were still the number one rushing offense.
Yeah.
So he is everywhere he's gone, that the offense has flourished. as a run game. The running game has flourished, whether the quarterback was elite mobile ability or just had scrambling ability. Tyrod Taylor has scrambling ability. He's not an elite running dual threat quarterback. However, they definitely flourished. The run game flourished wherever he's gone.
Yep.
I mean, all those teams right now, if they would love to have Greg Roman back as a run game coordinator. If he was still in San Francisco, CMC is a 2,000-yard rusher, running back right now. He has over 2,000 yards rushing the ball right now. He probably would have broke the record. He probably would have had 2,100 because his run fits, the way he schemes running backs open and get them into open space, how he does it, and the way he sets it up. I mean, to be honest, the year that their passing numbers elevated in 2001, keep in mind that offensive line, the first 4 weeks of the season was decimated. The center was out, left tackle was out, the right guard was gone for a while, and they were flipping guys in and out. And it wasn't until about week 6 or 7 is when they finally started getting healthy, and then they just took off. But they were still leading the league in rushing with the hodgepodge offensive line. So they can definitely do it.
Yeah. I mean, and
I think on the score here. Let's go, Bulls. There we go.
So to Mo's point, what he was saying was, we do need to shore up the offensive line before we even think about anything. We need to shore up that offensive line.
Yes.
And
you're not wrong.
And I don't think we're that far off with the offensive line. I think we're just a couple of pieces missing. We need a center and we need a guard. I know, Pinky, you want another tackle, but I'm comfortable with Jones at left tackle.
Lord, not. I've seen enough, and I'm sure Fields is looking at the ceiling in the sky of Chicago. I think we've had enough, brother.
I don't think he's that bad. I mean, if you sit down and watch his film, he's not that bad. He holds it down.
I'm sorry, guys, but I mean this in the most disrespectful way. When I'm quoting Stephen A. Smith, he's a bad man, and I mean he sucks. He's not good. I'll be honest with you. Playing that possession for him is hard because you got to go against the best defensive end. All the best defensive ends in the league play that side, play on his side. His issue isn't his feet; it's the fact he can't anchor. If you can't handle a bull rush, you can't anchor that. That's what I'm saying. You got to put him away from the best pass rusher. And the Chicago messed him up and said, "Hey, you gonna go against best pass rusher we got every game?" Like, dude, what? If you can't anchor, you can't go against the best pass rushers in the game. It's just not. It is physics. I'm sorry. To me, it's physics. You can't anchor. You're not gonna block Khalil Mack. You're not gonna block Jones. You're not gonna block none of these fools. They are. That is the. I
didn't know he was 22nd.
I think he's a good front side tackle. What I mean by front side, he's not guarding Justin's backside. As a backside tackle,
so would you flip flop him and Darnell Wright?
No, I'm still going to get another tackle, just flipping him to the other side and bringing a new tackle. So
you gonna put him on? You just put him on the bench altogether.
Not him. I mean, they gonna battle for it. I'm still gonna go get a tackle that he's gonna have to battle for it with. But on guarding Justin's backside is not what you want him to do. If you can't anchor, you can't guard the blind side of a quarterback. It's just not.
Exactly. And that's his issue. That's his Achilles heel.
Especially without help. I mean, and our tight ends don't give him help. It'd be different if we had a blocking tight end that gave him help. But we
have a blocking tight end, but and that takes away a much needed weapon.
Exactly. So he doesn't have.
But that comes back to my original point. So if we need to get an offensive tackle, a left tackle, we need to get a guard. We need to get a running back. We need to get a wide receiver. We need to get another tight end. We need to get another cornerback. We need to get a safety. We need to get a defensive tackle.
Yep.
Yeah,
so I mean,
so if we need all those pieces, spending all this money on one piece like a running back or a high end a high-end
That's why we should trade
receiver where we can draft one and then get a compliment receiver.
And yet again, we are top 5 in money being spent for next year.
That's true. But
we gonna have the money
add up because it depends because we have to pay JJ. We got to pay JJ. We still got to pay our free agents.
Well, so no, you're right. So now here's the thing. Everybody's thinking that we are looking for draft. Everyone's talking about don't spend the money, draft kids. We are not trying to draft. I mean, you're always trying to draft starters, but you gotta understand, we're not trying to draft a defensive starting end because we have Sweat. Like, we're not trying to draft one of those, and we can get another starter in free agency for less money. So you're talking about trying to use a pick for. I mean, do you shore up the position right now in free agency with money and then get a backup? Yes, that's why selling out in the free agency and then doing the draft part is the best way because we're not trying to draft starters when you know what starters are in the free agency. Take care of the immediate needs now, which is a starting wide receiver. And a running back. I get what you're saying. Our running back issue, depending on our head coach, is what will be the determination. Do we spend the money on that? But spend the money on a tackle, spend the money on another wide receiver, okay, and then build from there. Because you can always find good. I mean, look, drafting late has been good for every team the last 3 years. I mean, obviously we're gonna look at Brock Purdy and be like, "What the fuck?" Like, we all messed up. Everybody's like, "What?"
I mean, but nobody thought. I mean, did you think Tom Brady was going to be what he was coming out of the draft?
Yes, and
you did not think that about Tom Brady. There's no way you thought that about Tom Brady. Hell no, you didn't think that about Tom Brady.
I'm just saying, like, but I watched Brock Purdy play in high school. I watched Brock Purdy play in high school his whole life, and then I watched him play in college his whole life, and I was like, if somebody passes on him, that's bad, dude. He's a game manager, but he's very good at it. He's a very smart guy. But it's just like Lamar Jackson. When they passed on Lamar Jackson, everybody's like, he's not going to be that good. I'm like, you're wrong. He doesn't have the IQ you want, but his athleticism is phenomenal, right? But you don't need him to start right away. They didn't need him to start right away. That's the thing. You need to. You have to understand it. Are we drafting to find starters right away, or are we drafting to find backups if we can find starters in free agency? You know, because here's the thing.
As we can develop,
Because here's the thing. If you go in there, we're not gonna mess with free agency heavy and put rookies in starting positions. Now we're thinking, we don't have continuity. They don't have the IQ. Blah blah blah. So now we're banging our heads against the wall. Like, damn, we have rookies out here that are really good, but they don't have the veteran IQ that's needed. Right off the bat to help Justin Fields. They were putting Justin Fields in the same situation. How we were talking about him, how he's not mentally ready. How are you gonna put him who's not mentally ready with rookies that aren't mentally ready? And then we're just banging.
But see, I get what you're saying. But the vast majority of the team is not rookies. It's just a few spots that you will have a younger guy.
It's rookies in key spots.
We have rookies in key spots this year. And they excel
on defense.
On offense too. Look at Wright. Look at Wright.
Right.
No,
and at a receiver who just, like I said, the scheme failed everyone on out. Who knows? Exactly. Our offensive line might be actually really good, but the scheme was just terrible.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a very good point.
We're all hung up on how bad they look, but what if it was just a scheme in general?
It's Gacy. I told you Gacy is trash, man. That's why they had to get rid of him. He was absolutely trash. He destroyed that whole team.
We respecting him.
I did.
Oh, my back got crushed. That breaks my heart. Thanks, Cheryl. Thanks for the update, though.
They knew that.
Why you gotta come with bad news, Cheryl?
Right now.
That's 10 straight off.
My heart, Cheryl.
So, Harris, real quick. I don't know if you have the list with you, but what are you looking like? Who are you interested in as far as offensive linemen? Like, out of that list, who intrigues you the most, or someone that you feel that, we may either have to wait to see if he gets released, or because they might still have that, might get franchise tag or not. But who are you looking at to say we got to go get him if he is available on that
Connor
list?
Williams, the center from Miami. You need a center back, man.
Yes. And everybody in the chat, thank you guys. We appreciate the interaction, guys. Please like and subscribe. Please hit that like button. Go ahead, shout us out. Share the page with everybody. Share the love and the good vibes that we spreading out here, guys. We appreciate it all. We can't do this without you guys. So
that's my
please,
number
like
one
and subscribe.
target. Is Connor Williams my number one target? Need a center, point blank. Period. Pose. I like what Pose is doing, but he cannot do what he did last year and skip over the center position. Can't happen.
Yeah, for sure. He got to address the center position.
Can't happen.
He got to. Definitely.
He tried.
Hell, we haven't had a good center since Olin Poops.
Mm-hmm.
You have a fan. You have a fan.
Yeah.
So.
That was a bad man.
Yeah.
Yo, we have.
But here's the thing. So that's a good thing. We do need a center. But I mean, if you look at everybody's draft board, what they're talking about, Jackson Powers out of Oregon, they're comparing him to Jason Kelsey. I mean, do you take that chance? Because they're talking about a center being.
I would draft a center. I would draft
in the first round. Maybe
when was the last time you saw a center drafted in the top 10? They're talking about he might be a top 10 draft pick as a center. Right, because of his relation to Jason Kelsey. You know, do I think you get him that high? Not a chance. But do I think if he falls to the second round, I think that's your second round pick, easy by far. Okay,
yeah.
So I'm
with you on that one. If he stays in the second round, if some team isn't stupid and desperate enough to pick him up in the first, doing that because centers, what I'm saying, they're great and all, but they're not worth a first round grade for me ever.
Not at all.
I'm not trying to disrespect them. Not trying to disrespect them or anything because they have to be just as cerebral as the quarterback out there when making the calls, making the run fits and the blocking schemes and things of that nature. However, second round grade is where I would put the elites. If you're going to draft a center.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do we go get a veteran center? Okay.
Yeah, I would go say the same second and third
round. Get a
veteran
center, but if you look at people's draft board, Jackson Powers is on everybody's draft board. Like,
you better be on the Bears draft board too. We're going to have a serious issue.
I mean, and here's the thing.
Definitely been on a couple of my mocks.
I mean, if you.
Believe me, I know they matter. They matter to me too. I just know as far as the draft board goes and the importance of it, we all know second to third round.
Yeah.
The rule of thumb is you never. That's like in fantasy football, you draft a kicker in the first round. You just don't do those. Those are things you just don't do.
But if you look at him and watch him play for Oregon, he moves. How Eagles pull Jason Kelsey all the time. That's what Oregon did. Oregon was pulling him to block defensive ends. He was blocking outside linebackers.
Yeah, let's be honest. Even in that game against Washington, he was the only one that was showing up on that line.
So here's the deal. Once we get an offensive coordinator, we'll kind of know what kind of center we're looking for.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying. But my question to you guys is: do we go get a center from the free agency, or do we wait and see if we can get him in the draft and then try and get a center?
I say do both. Make them battle it out. Make the veteran battle out.
It depends. It depends. If we don't have an offensive coordinator by the time free agency rolls around, then I think you have to grab a center because you don't want to take that risk.
We're going to get our answer within the next week or so.
I hope so. I think the next 5 days we get an offensive coordinator.
Now with the center thing, it also depends on. Yeah, it also depends on. Now, say if the Bears do get Caleb Williams, you want to get a veteran center. You don't want to pair up, a rookie with the center position. You know what I'm saying? But then Phils, you might could get it off. So Caleb Williams, you can't get it off without a veteran center. That's why I think they go with the veteran center regardless, because Phils been getting beat up in the middle since he's been in the Bears uniform. It's time to get a vet.
That's right. But so my other question to you guys is it more imperative that we get a backside tackle to defend his backside, or we get a center? That's the real question. That right there determines how our offense is going to be ran. If we have a tackle that can't block his backside in the passing game, you're not trying to throw the ball very often because he's going to get hit every play like we see now. So that's my question.
That's right, Whit. You don't eat sushi at the gas station.
And that's a good one.
Amen to that, Celia. Amen to that. So yeah,
I learned my lesson about the sushi at a gas station. I had a bad experience with that.
So real quick, Casey, Do you think we should probably draft a center and go in free agency and grab one, or do you think a combination of the two?
It's a combination of both. I think maybe not throw him in right away, get a veteran, and then draft a center. And then I like what Eric is saying too. Go get a tackle too, and kind of branching out what Harris said. I'm going to get Jonah Williams too as a experienced offensive tackle. I know Braxton has been kind of falling off the deep end the past couple of weeks or half a season, but I think shoring up the offensive line with both of those and then having the OC come in and showing us what we have to come in and run with, I think that'll help out a lot.
Yeah. As long as, like I said, as long as we can get the OC, as long as the OC, depending on who that is, that will quickly determine how important the center in that left tackle position will be for us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Especially,
or it will determine what type of center or left tackle.
Yeah, our interior defense that's where it's mostly going to matter, between the guards and the center. Depending on who the OC is, that's where it's going to be most.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I'm talking about. Like you're talking about, if we're running RPO scheme, you gotta have tackles. Gotta have tackles, run our RPO scheme. Gotta have good pulling tackles. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not saying the center's not important, but you need good pulling tackles. If we're gonna run we're gonna run a counter scheme, double tight end scheme. I mean, yes, the Eagles fell off the wagon. I get that, but Jason Kelce, I refer to Jason Kelce because he's the best pulling center I've ever seen. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
But when the Eagles go double tight and they run the football, it looks great. And Jason Kelce's out there getting outside linebackers, blocking defensive ends. He's up he's up and around defensive ends, getting freaking out safeties and down safeties coming down the box 10 yards down or 8 yards out downfield.
So, how long do we have to wait for Jason Kelce to become a running game coordinator or offensive lineman coach?
I hope that's tomorrow.
If it were me running it, he'd have been interviewed a week. He'd been interviewed the day he stepped off the football.
Can we interview before he retires, please?
Can I interview him?
I'm in the locker room asking him as he's taking the tape off, like, so how you feel about being offensive line coach? Real quick, let me help you with this job. Let me hook you up. You ain't gonna be sad that long, bro. Like, I know you lost. I think start winning, bro. I
don't know. I think he'd be too busy with the podcast and talking about Taylor Swift and his brother.
Probably. So I mean, like I said, I hope we can OC in the next 5 days. I mean, I think that's going to determine a lot offensive line wise where we're going, and what we're running. Because I mean, you can't draft the passing spread OC and then go out there and be drafting and getting guards in free agency paying more than we paying for running backs and stuff. It ain't gonna make no sense. So
Nate Davis.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. We need a guard. We need another guard.
Okay, my head hurt. I feel him.
How long did we sign him to? How long is his contract?
I think it was 2 years, 2 or 3.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad.
That's right now. That's
all right, guys. Like I said, guys, we see y'all in the chats. We see you guys out here, commenting. Please like and subscribe to the show. We very much appreciate it. It helps us out tremendously. It gets the, keep these good vibes going for us. You know what I'm saying? This shows nothing without the fans and without the support of the fans. So please, thank you. And please continue to support, like, subscribe, share the channel with us. All right.
Just leave the sushi at home.
And with that, we're going to talk, my friends, this year resolved to get in on the most NFL playoff run fun out there in fantasy sports. Get the dub with the official fantasy sports partner of Chicago Sports Podcast, Underdog Fantasy Football, babe. So that's what we need to do. You need to go ahead and get that going. Enter your bid using the special code CSP promo code when you sign up at www.underdogfantasy.com. Chicago Sports Podcast users will receive a 100% deposit matchup to up to $100 when they use the CSP sign-in code. Get 5 picks right and you will multiply your money 20 times, up to 20 times. That is. So, had a little hiccup there, my friend.
Yes, technical difficulties. I am back. Sorry about that.
All right, it's all good. Like I said though, like he did, like my guy, the gunslinger here. It's simple, it's fast, it's mega fun, it's Underdog Fantasy Football, the official gaming partner of the Chicago Sports Podcast, the voice of the Chicago sports fans. Now, if you're like me lately, you're betting on your Bears and you got to drown your sorrows. El Bendito Yankee, I'm telling you, it's smooth. It's smooth. It'll make you forget about the troubles of watching that Bears beatdown we took last week of the season. So,
God, Jesus.
They'll still be there though.
Celebrate 2 years, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully a future, NFL playoff win for our Bears with the Tequila experience like no other. NHL Hall of Famer, Chris Chelios. I know you heard me, brother. I know you get me. Big fan. Hall of Famer, revolutionary, El Bendito Yankee. This authentic to the smooth core, additive-free, 100% blue agave ultra premium tequila has changed the game with its extraordinary, wowing, and thirst-quenching taste. I can definitely vouch for the thirst-quenching taste. I'm talking about. I'm doing this with the bottom. I'm like, it was. When I
You sure you didn't have any drinks before this or what?
No, I ran out. So couldn't have any drinks to do it. You know what I'm saying? I would have been like, salute, to our troubles about this team, man. I'm telling you. Woo.
I think you're about to cry right now.
Hey, while you're at it, man.
I was going to make a shirt that said Luke Getsy makes me drink. But
someone mail some to Dak Prescott. He needs some right now, too.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Back to the couch.
You're doing like that.
I hate you saying that. I hate that.
Yeah, man.
Those are the two most hated teams that but I hate the Packers more so. I was low key rooting for the Cowboys, but
yes, you heard him, guys. You heard it here. Hit that thumbs up button for us. Get us those loves and hearts. Help us out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
They go Cowboys.
See, it doesn't matter. I used to be a Cowboy fan like 25 years ago, and I'd still be sitting on the couch, fucking weeping my brains out.
Yeah, well, when I weep on your couch saying "Here we go" every other snap.
Yeah, that cadence is it's something else, but I can't hate on it because you know what I'm saying. It's still a cold case. Hey, it's better to listen to that Blue 80.
No, you're right. It's very bad. I give him that.
You know what I'm saying?
I give him that.
So
I do.
I'll take it. It's better than watching him do that hip thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God, that's terrible. You know what? You know what? They showed Justin Fields and Warren started doing that. Maybe that's why he.
But no, all the quarterbacks do that. All the quarterbacks do that.
It was just that they made a bigger deal watching Dak do it the way he was. I mean, he's putting way too much hip into that, bro.
Have y'all seen Jameis Winston do it?
Who?
Jameis Winston.
That's because he was doing it massage parlor, bro.
He wasn't doing it right. He clearly wasn't doing it right. That's why he went 30 for 30. So he wasn't doing something right. That's
why he go to the massage parlor and get his hip worked on 24/7.
Don't call Deshaun to come to the massage parlor.
Oh Lord.
Got him. We've gone off course a little bit, but that's fine. Let's quickly branch over to the list of tight ends that's on there, guys. So I'm looking at some of these tight ends that's on this list right now. I'm looking at Dallas Schultz, Noah Fant. Honestly, the one that's on this list that's he's not exactly super high on the list.
Noah Fant?
No, I'm looking
Mike Gesicki?
at Gerald Everett.
That's what I was looking at too.
I'm looking
I was thinking Irv Smith Jr. too.
The only reason I'm saying Gerald Everett is because of the coordinators we've brought in and the fact that he has familiarity working in Seattle's that offense in Seattle as well. So I mean he's excelled in that offense, but just was underutilized by the quarterbacks for whatever reason. He's more of the he's more of what we would have. He's what the production we were expecting out of Robert Tonyan.
Yeah,
is why I'm saying that he would be a great number two tight end, but he is a better blocker.
yeah.
He's a willing blocker, much better blocker, and he's better at disguising his blocks when he's actually running his routes as well.
Yep.
So he's an underrated. He'd be an underrated signing for the Bears, and the fact that he's a bigger, thicker guy, he fits that mold of. We have him on our team now.
Mercedes Lewis.
Oh, you got the Mercedes Lewis.
He fits that. He's got that bigger. He's not as big as not as big as far as stature is concerned, but he's got the girth at least to when he's lining up out there, he can hold his own.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not on par with Kmet, who's flourished as a blocking tight end in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of whiff blocks too from him.
A lot of that was by design.
But he's not perfect. I mean, he's not going to be perfect.
He's
but
young,
if you look at him as
still young.
but if you look at him on a whole scale, Komet has grown a lot from the last couple of years. You can see
he's
the
in
growth.
The top 5 he's probably my top 5.
Yeah.
My top 5 of tight ends.
You can
the
see
tight
the
end
growth.
position has changed so much, man. Because everyone sees Travis Kelce, Andrews, and
those guys getting old.
The tight end position has really, honestly changed, man. To me, I like Dalton Schultz, man, because Schultz. I mean, first of all, the Texans got to steal for 1 year. Freaking was like $8 million. For him to come out there and get 10 touchdowns.
I don't think they let him go. They're not.
I'm hoping. I don't think they will, but if they do, they're stupid. But if they do, we better go get it. But case in point, this is another thing. What do y'all think? If we pass in the tight end position, do we go get Brock Bowers?
If Brock Bowers falls wherever he is in that first round and we don't get him, you was gonna see one pissed off black brother.
Exactly.
One fat pissed off black brother. If we don't get him, if we can't get Marvin Harrison, we damn sure better get the tight end.
Yes.
We better.
But that's contingent.
We better get one.
That's contingent on what we do with the first pick. That's contingent on what we do with the first pick.
Well, I mean,
honestly, this is one of those situations where it's like talent will supersede system. I don't care who the coordinator is. You find a way to get one or both of them in the building wearing a Bears uniform.
Case in point, Mr. Pitts down in Atlanta.
Look, Bowers is the next Mike Ditka. I don't care what anyone has to say.
No, I agree.
That is a bad man.
Brock Bowers
on his team yesterday. Like he is that good to me.
He is. And so, case in point. So with that being said, when we go that draft route, if we get Marvin Harrison Jr., if we're talking about getting Marvin Harrison Jr. and getting Brock Bowers, I don't think. I mean, I would like to still have Mike Evans or someone like that, but that's not also a big need if that's the route we're gonna go with it.
We're in the position to do what the Texans did. Get the luxury, just go get everybody. They didn't need an extra tight end because they had a nice rookie.
Exactly.
They still went and got Dallas Schultz. They still went and got Dalton Schultz. They still went and got him.
Yep. So I mean, and then also I think Brock Bowers is a great pick. To me, I think in a couple years he's gonna be great. Or George Kittle. I think he's gonna be George Kittle in a couple years. I honestly do.
Better.
And in my personal opinion, Cole Kmet fits Travis Kelce. So I mean, you're talking about having
we're gonna have two studs.
You have two lookalikes of the best tight ends in the game, and we already have one of the lookalikes, so we could draft another one. I mean, and you can't. I mean, and no one can say, I wouldn't go that route because Travis Kelce. You can live without Travis Kelce or Kittle, and I'm like, no, you can't. Patrick Mahomes would not be good without Kelce, and damn sure Brock Purdy would not be good without Kittle. That's just plain and simple. And I think you have two facts. And we have two, and you having two security blankets if receivers don't work out. Man, you can't bypass that.
But we have the opportunity. We have the opportunity to get both.
That's a great point.
We did have an opportunity.
We have an opportunity to get both, but they have to make that decision.
Yeah.
So Harris, sorry, but Harris, what are you thinking though? Are you thinking they should draft? Or do you think we should focus on free agency side of things when it comes to the tight end position?
Well, like you said, I like Everett, and I also like Noah Fant. But I like the idea y'all had with drafting the kid. That would be dangerous. that would.
Yeah. But would you be like, for me, I'm looking to the double dip in everything if we can.
Mm-hmm.
Draft the key position. I'm saying get Bowers and still maybe go out to Dalton Schultz or Everett.
But if they choose not to double dip, I'd rather go for Bowers because
they don't. Yeah, then that's fine. But my thing is, you can never have too much talent.
No,
we see that. We see that now. Like, you can never have too much talent for a young quarterback. Look at the position. Like, if Fields is only going to be known as just this great running quarterback, but a game manager in the passing game, like a Brock Purdy, I'm okay with that. But give him the damn weapons so he can do so.
That's 100%.
Give him, you know what I'm saying? Give him Cole Kmet. Give him Bowers. Give him Everett.
Give him the chance to get the ball off within a couple seconds.
So the issue I have with that, I mean, I see where you're going with getting him all these weapons. But when you have so much on the team, now you're going to have this players disgruntled because they can't all play. You don't have 3 tight ends out at the same time.
Oh, but so hold on. So with that being said, now technically you be right, but look at the Bills. All 3 of them tight ends do work. All 3 of them tight ends got 4 plus touchdowns.
Yeah, but that's only one team that does that. But
they're the only team that has 3 successful tight ends. But if you look at Knox plays receiver. Okay, he can go out and play receiver, or the other time he can go out and play receiver. I mean, and also Kansas City does it too. Kansas City, all 3 of their tight ends play. But when Kelsey goes to mainly play receiver, the other 2 come in and block. And that's how you have to work the game. I mean, if you look at Brock Bowers,
interchangeable, and that's what you want.
Exactly.
You want versatility, and that's something the Bears have never had on their offense. Everybody's just a plug and play guy at that one thing, and they can't do something else. There's nothing wrong with having the best. And my Bulls won. Yes.
Bulls.
They're on the hot streak. They're on the hot streak.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. Man, drink me some of that.
Still fire about Billy Donovan. I don't care.
No, you were saying, Casey, we didn't mean to step on. You were saying something, buddy.
Oh, I said be able to get the ball out within a couple seconds to protect Fields.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice to have those guys out there to help him do that.
I mean, having a 3 tight ends. I mean, you look at Cole Kmet; he plays a lot of receiver, anyways. Like,
yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I ain't counting my money.
But Cole Kmet plays a lot of receiver, anyways. You know, we have him out there on an.
If he does look like Virginia, he looks really good for 100.
I mean.
Casey.
Bro, don't let him do it. Say something back. Don't let him do it to you. Fight back. Fight back. Fight back.
I think I got him as tap out.
Just in general, like, I mean, so Cole goes out there and plays receiver anyways, but he is not a one-on-one tight end. Like, he's not gonna win one-on-one matchups out there against corners. Like, that's not his thing. He's a very good hiding tight end, blocking, hiding tight end. I mean, if you look at Travis Kelce, how often do you see Travis Kelce in the box, block in the box, and then release outside? He's normally on the outside of a trips or at the point of the trips, and then he'll block and release, right? So, I mean, you got to understand, if we have 3 tight ends, you can, if you find a good blocking tight end and 2 good receiving tight ends, your run game changes exponentially. Because now you can have three tight ends in. Now you got 1 tight end to block, can stay in the block, help block, 2 tight ends to release on a route with 2 receivers or 1 receiver. Or vice versa, you know, and they're all interchangeable. So that's what I'm saying. I agree with Pinky because having the 3 tight end system could change an entire offense if you have 3 good tight end. And again, I'm going to peek back to the Bills and the Chiefs because when Kelsey's out there, Watson comes in, he blocks his ass off.
Don't forget the Texans.
That all sounds good. That all sounds good. But again, I'm going to reiterate, like I've been saying all night, that we need to get an offensive coordinator that can bring all of this together.
Well, so you're right.
We can just get the pieces and then have the OCs want to fight over to come coach here.
Because that's true.
Find a way to cook it up for you.
That's very true because there was a lot of people looking at what was going to happen if Andy Reid didn't come in. Andy Reid wasn't going to call the offensive plays. People were kind of looking at Tyreek Hill's leaving, like, I don't know if I really want to call that offense. You ain't got Tyreek Hill, type of thing. Everyone thought it was going to be, and then they lost the other two receivers too. And you're like, what do we do? And then everyone's kind of pulled back, because he had said that he was going to try and step back a little more and then have somebody else kind of call the plays maybe. But I mean, people started being like, you ain't got Tyreek Hill no more. I don't know if I want to be part of the offense. There's no Tyreek Hill.
Well, the reason I bring that up is because that was a situation that the 49ers found themselves in when they fired Mike Singletary.
Yeah.
They had all this collection of young and veteran talent. And next, Vic Fangio's like, he pounces on this situation to coach that defense. And then right behind him, you get a Shanahan candidate, and you get this whole elite staff starting to build. Didn't happen right away, but that talent pool was there. When Jim Harbaugh gets hired, he bring all these coordinators are coming out of the woodworks wanting to work with that talent that was there, because that all time was top 10. They just wasn't getting production. Plus, you had Vernon as your tight end, so he was an elite weapon. So it was like, and then you had two other guys who were more known for their blocking as tight ends. They had weapons that people wanted to play with. So I
think just having the versatility is big.
Situation. We're in a situation now that whether it's Fields or Caleb Williams, it won't matter. These coordinators we're going to have the assets because we have the money. These coordinators are going to come.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how do you feel about that, Harris? You agree with that or not, or you kind of think that's a different way you want to get the coordinator first?
Same page as that. That sounds good. You got the money, but what it's just the history of the McCaskies, man. That's what really bothers me, because
I feel you. But
in fairness, the McCaskies have nothing to do with the everyday decision making with the Bears right now.
Yeah.
So I don't think we can blame them.
Wallet.
So we say,
I don't think we can blame them right now.
You know what, and I do agree with that to a point, because God bless her soul, she has zero clue. She probably couldn't name our last three.
I don't think she ever had anything to do with it. I don't think it's her son.
I think she has amnesia.
I think she
just shows up the different places.
I think she's more. I think that family is trying to be a fan favorite more than trying to win outright. They want the fans to like them more than about, hey, let's hire the right guys. Where you go to Jerry Jones don't care what the fans say. I don't give a damn what they say. They want McCarthy out of there. They want Prescott out of there. He's like, no, that's my quarterback.
Here's why Dallas is at home, just like the Bears. So
but then like I said, you can't really blame them for that. They're trying to be fans.
But they always get to the playoffs. That's the difference. He's putting his money and his, no one's going to ever say that the man can't bring in talent.
Mm-hmm.
His problem is trusting coaches far too long.
Yep.
It's not the players. He can get the players. He's just getting the wrong cook to cook up the ingredients.
Exactly. And then Jerry Jones, he don't care what the fans say. He gonna make the right decision that he thinks is right. This family, they're gonna make the decision that the fans like this, the fans like that. Okay, cool. Here's the money. Give it to them. That's just them. So I don't think we can blame them for that, because they haven't been football oriented. They're more about the fans and the fan experience and everything. And then you know what? It's something.
But they stopped that. They stopped that though.
But that that's cool and all. But eventually, someone's gonna have to take on and be like, look, the fans are here, gonna be here regardless.
And that's why we hired Kevin Warren.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's his job. That's why he's the CEO. That's why he's the money man right now.
Mm-hmm.
That is why George is there to say, ultimately be like, okay, do we need to get 2 blank checks or 3? That's all George is here for now. Like, that's all. That's it.
They're just there enjoying being owners. They don't care about. I mean, they're not in the everyday decision making. They just
that's just their title. They don't really care if they do any decision making.
Yeah, but trust me, they care. They want the team to win, because that
absolutely.
That's just more money in their pocket.
Exactly.
Hmm?
Don't look good trying to get a new stadium
for the years of
saying. Like I think they find it by bringing Warren in. They're like, look, we're not football tech savvy, but we're not in it coaching this player, this, so that we're not. We'll sign the checks. You find us the people.
Yeah. I understand. Yeah, you're
That's
right.
my
Yeah,
thing.
they have, like you said, yeah, Sims is right. They have allowed mediocrity far too long with this franchise, and it's probably poisoned the well. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they had to destroy the well and go to a new one.
Yep.
Let's
But-
hope with the hire of Ryan Poles they've done it. What were you gonna say, Harris?
But
What's
my
up?
thing, what you just said, if you want to start new, that's why you should have got rid of Eberflus and there's other head coaches that we know better. But they're going to cost a lot of money.
The
But
thing is, yeah,
he got the locker room back.
Yeah, true,
Yeah.
true.
But
True.
that right there is something that they have interfered with over the years. That is one thing that they have done over and over again, and they finally have a GM and an assistant GM in place to tell them no. To sit there and kind of slap their hand out the cookie jar from doing it. Like, stop it, no. They pulled the switch, they pulled the rug from under them way too fast because the knee-jerk reaction of pleasing the fans.
Mm-hmm.
And if we would have fired Eberflus, that would have been just to make the fans and the media happy. But
no, I'm not talking about the fan. I'm talking about because now you have a possible of Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, but again, that's more towards the fans, though.
Thing. That's a
Yeah,
fan.
that's a fan. Yeah, that's a fan thing.
It's not.
We did that before. We did this before. We did it before with when we
Ryan
got rid of when we got rid of Lovey.
Mm-hmm.
And Lansbury's talked about it. It affected the locker room. They didn't notice it affected them, but it affected the locker room. The defense, the message wasn't there anymore. The players were there. Physically, they were there, but mentally, they checked out.
Yep.
The message.
Urlacher and them didn't have to retire, bro. As soon as Lovie Smith was gone, because that was they went to the playoffs and they still fired the man. Like, come on.
But why I say Jim Harbaugh is because of his resume. Like, he wins wherever he goes.
That may be true. But
but the thing with Jim Harbaugh is this: we were never going to get Jim Harbaugh, even if they moved on from Eberflus. The reason why we weren't going to get Jim Harbaugh because Jim Harbaugh wants control of the team, and that's something the Bears don't have the position to give him because we have a GM.
Yeah.
So that's. And that's the same thing with other teams. Like if Dallas were to move on from McCarthy, I know they're not, but if they were, and it was talks about Bill Belichick, I don't think that would have worked out because he wants some type of control like he had in New England.
Actually, no, he doesn't. He just wants to. He wants an established quarterback.
Yeah,
he wants to be able to help. He wants to be able to pick his staff. That's what
I don't care about them anyway.
So
I don't know. He might be going to Atlanta.
Actually, I just read on Twitter about an hour ago, he is expected to be hired tomorrow for the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, he just had a second interview.
And they said that might be because we all know how he can fleece a trade. So Ryan Poles better not be like, hey, let me talk to Bill Belichick because that man's a con artist. So leave that man alone. I don't care. Leave Bill Belichick alone. I don't give a damn. That man will con you out of a pick in the last.
The thing is, though, that means that that Justin Fields is off the radar as far as for the quarterback now.
Yeah,
the whole thing with
going to Atlanta. As far as going to Atlanta,
Bill Belichick
going to Atlanta, that is dead. That's dead now. That right there is dead. Because
you think so? You think he'll want a rookie?
Reason I say that, no, it's not that. It's because the quarterback he's going to that Belichick. The only reason why he's probably taking his job is because he knows they're going after Drake May, or Caleb Williams.
Yep.
So that is my understanding that if they can't get the ones from us, whatever, when we trade down to 2 or 3, expect Atlanta to give us that 8th pick and a boatload of other assets to get the next available quarterback.
Yeah,
which is Drake.
They're not going to want a quarterback that's already. Belichick wants a blank slate to mold his way with the staff that he has. He does not want a veteran quarterback who is stuck in his ways. So
now that sounds good and all, but then by doing that, we instantly move out of the conversation with getting Marvin Harrison.
And the reason why I said that's dead with the Atlanta thing with Belichick coming in, had it been any other head coach, any of the younger head coaches, I would say that there's still a viable chance. But the Belichick trying that with Cam Newton is my reason for saying that it's a dead thing. His experience wasn't what he wanted after having a mobile quarterback and it not working out with Cam Newton. I just don't see.
Yeah, he did.
wanting.
He wasn't.
And I
Cam Newton was
understand
past his prime, though.
Fields is a
He
younger
was past his
version.
prime.
He's trained under him. But, again, Belichick's experience in not winning with the mobile quarterback and his staff not have, the people in his staff not being able to adjust their offense around a mobile quarterback in that way, I just don't see that working out. He's going to want a pocket quarterback, more of a Caleb Williams or Drake May type. Even as far as maybe Michael Penix.
Yep.
So he's going to be looking for a mold of that, of the ilk of that quarterback type.
I think you're right, 100%. 100%. You're 100% right. I think so. With that being said, make Justin Fields out of that category, just because everybody wants to play fast. Bill Belichick never wants to play fast. He never wants to play fast. He wants a pocket passing quarterback. He wants somebody that can obviously he played with Tom Brady was his quarterback. So managing a game is crucial to him. And he's not going to get a quarterback that doesn't know how to do that. And that's for us, I think that's a great thing because I think that kind of puts Caleb Williams off the board for us because he might try and come get him. Okay, which means I'm all about keeping Justin Fields and getting Marvin Harrison Jr. So I think that puts Marvin Harrison Jr. more on our radar, knowing that, hey, Bill Belichick might want to trade up to try and get him, and maybe we can still get Marvin Harrison Jr.
But if we trade with Atlanta, we're going to be too far down to get Marvin Harrison.
But that's what I'm saying. But there's other teams that we can trade. I mean, there's multiple trades.
Yeah.
We've seen where 2 or 3 teams have traded picks separately, or we draft Caleb Williams and then we trade for another pick, or we draft somebody else is good that wants to trade Caleb Williams to them, or vice versa. It's and that's probably what it will be. We might trade to the 2. Washington takes Caleb Williams. Then they trade Caleb Williams to Atlanta, get more draft picks in the same draft, and then we still get Marvin Harrison Jr. You know what I'm saying? That's a perfect world to me. Is that we trade to Washington. Washington gives us assets. Washington drafts Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams goes to Atlanta. Atlanta gets all their picks to freaking Washington, and then we just go from there. That's my ideal things. We still get Marvin Harrison Jr. We still trade our pick, and we might get assets from Washington. Which hopefully that we get one of their 2 wide receivers. So that'd be great.
The 3 technique.
Defensive tackle would be great, but I doubt they give him a defensive tackle. But it'd be great if they did though. So
to piggyback
Harris, go ahead, buddy.
Piggyback off what Gunslinger said. I think Poles is in a great position either way, man. He got so many options where he can get this team where he wanted to be, man. He got so many options. He could make multiple trades. The idea would be to keep building around Fields, get Marvin Harrison Jr. But you could also, like you just said, you could trade again, people go trade back and forth. Poles is in a great position, man. Either way, I can't possibly see any way he can mess this up. It's just he got to use
he could, but hopefully he won't. He could.
Even if he doesn't get Marvin Harrison Jr., like as great as he is, we're still going to wind up with some Hall of Fame type Pro Bowl elite receiver. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Just get Bowers. Get Bowers in a
position right now.
Just get Bowers. Yeah, we're done. Let me talk about nothing.
Now, to answer the question about the Fields thing being humble, yes, that's true. However, people aren't taking into consideration what Atlanta has for free agency and what they're up against.
Grady Jarrett
having to give away so many assets to get Fields will handicap them to the point where they won't be able to build around him. He'll be in the same situation here.
Yep.
And Belichick's not going to go for that. Belichick wants to build the roster right away, get his philosophy built in. So he's going to want to take the players, and he's going to want to get, the quarterback, a young quarterback, without having to give up, so much as far as assets. Because guess what? You're taking the money away from free agency, and you're getting up draft capital just to get Justin Fields. Because guess what? You're going to have to pay for him. You're going to have to pay him that big contract right away. And that's going to take away what you want to do in free agency for Atlanta.
Yep.
So
and Atlanta may not even have to trade. They might even have to trade to get a quarterback.
Well, just
somebody might drop into their lap.
Yeah.
But the thing I'm just saying is like again, Atlanta's, with Belichick being a cerebral guy he is and he's always been, I don't see him going out to Justin Fields having to give up so much and then have to commit so much of the draft of the salary cap to said player.
Yeah.
That's why I say he'll give up the draft capital to get the young guy that he doesn't have to pay for the next 4 to 5 years. As opposed to giving up draft capital to get this guy, give up some free agency money that you can use to get more defense and build a better offense around him. And now you're stuck in a situation where you're losing and you don't have much time anyway. You're only going to be there for 2-3 years max. So,
to me, that's true.
The problem is you can't unload the other guys because those guys are on rookie contracts. Those guys aren't going to count towards anything.
And to be honest with you, like Bill Belichick's looking at free agency before he looks at the draft, and that's just the way he's always been. Especially with Kirk Cousins being at the top of that list because he's not staying there. That's probably the closest to ideal quarterback that he probably wants. Yes, he knows how to fleece trades for drafts, but he's always been really good in free agency about getting people. And the Kirk Cousins in there, Baker Mayfield's in there if Tampa does not resign him, or if
Atlanta don't resign him,
or if Atlanta wants to match that offer for Baker Mayfield, things like that. I think he'll leave Justin Fields alone just because free agency is kind of loaded. For all you know, Atlanta might forego the draft and just try and get Mike Evans, Baker, Kirk Cousins, Barkley, all these fools all at once because Atlanta got money too.
Hey, I'm gonna throw a name out there.
Yeah.
If Belichick is going to Atlanta, what's the situation with Jimmy Garoppolo in Las Vegas?
I don't think he'll do Jimmy again.
No?
Jimmy? No.
Kirk Cousins is Kirk Cousins is probably the best quarterback on this list by I wouldn't Baker Mayfield by 4.
He's already got familiarity with Jimmy Garoppolo too, so
that's true. But you gotta look at Kirk Cousins, look at way Baker Mayfield.
Kirk Cousins is way better.
Kirk Cousins and Baker Mayfield playing their ass off, dude. Like you can't deny that. They're veteran quarterbacks with an old school coach, and he's not going to change and bring in young coaches. He doesn't like that. He tried that and with the Patriots, and that backfired in a hurry. So he's going to go get himself some veteran coaches and with a veteran quarterback to lead these young guys that he's going to get. And like I said, Atlanta could just forego the draft, trade draft picks for draft capital if they want, or for capital in general. Unload guys and then go to free agency and get Mike Evans. And you think these guys, Mike Evans would go play for Bill Belichick in a heartbeat. There's no reason why he wouldn't, man. Yep. And Kirk Cousins go play for him. Barkley going to go play for him. These guys want
easy division win.
It's he wants to go play for Bill Belichick. So that's what I'm saying. Bill Belichick is going to mainly leave rookies alone because free agency is going to look good this year and next year. So so you're talking. Next year you're talking about the defensive end sweepstakes next year. So some freaking money's going to be everyone's going to be spending money next year on defensive end. So it's like he's got 2 years to build a team, and you're not going to build. And I doubt with the free agency that's coming and the free agency that is here, you could build a team through free agency real good with the right coach.
Oh yeah, that's very true.
What kind of cap space does Atlanta have?
They're like 8 or something like that. They're not far behind us, if I'm not mistaken.
They're one slot ahead of us. They're 8th and we're 9th in the draft slot. Yes, Tyler Heinicke.
No, not draft slot. I'm talking about I'm sorry. I didn't mean draft capital. I mean cap space.
Cap space.
Yeah.
The Atlanta Falcons have the 7th or 8th most cap space in the NFL this year.
8th, I think the 8th.
8th most cap space.
So yeah,
we're still number 1, right? We still have the most.
No, we are currently 4th.
Oh, we're 4th. Oh, okay.
Which, case in point, if we happen to see somebody that they want, why say we not gobble them up? Trade, like, hey, give us your pick if you want so and so. I've seen that move. Bill Belichick has actually pulled that move before, where he went and got some agency and traded them right away in the draft. So it's like there's a whole bunch of plays Poles has here because Falcons going to be looking to move people and get people. So Poles, free agency is where it's at. Go get it. You can move people and get draft picks. There's no way to mess it up.
Yeah,
it's definitely going to be a very interesting next week or so.
Oh, yes.
So real quick, Sims, who do you want as the OC? And after said OC is hired, what are your expectations in free agency for the Bears? Who do you think we go after first? After who do you think we hire though?
Well, when I'm looking at the passing the dude from San Fran or Greg Roman. Those are my two top picks right there.
So you want Clint Kubiak.
Yes, those are my two top picks right there.
Mm.
And once free agency, I think the first thing they attack is the offensive line. I think that's the first thing they attack. Is the offensive line.
Okay.
That's where I would head up to. But those are my two, and the OC from Seattle too. I like what he did with Geno Smith.
Yeah.
Geno Smith back from the dead. Geno Smith is finished. And
what about you, Casey? Who do you think?
Yeah, definitely Shane Waldron from Seattle. The thing about Kubiak, if he becomes an OC, it's going to be very interesting to see if we see Fields or if we go with Caleb Williams, because Kubiak was at USC, wasn't he?
That was a while. That was a while.
Oh, my bad. I got him confused. If we go Kubiak, then he's from San Francisco. Yeah, sorry about that. Waldron, Kubiak, and then the Cohen guy from University of Kentucky. I like him.
So
okay, all right.
So yeah,
who do you depend on which one of those guys we hire? What do you think would be the first move in free agency out of that?
Offensive line and running back. I mean, solidify the running back position, because we need to be more versatile in the running game and the tight end position, and use the running game to feed off of the passing game, because RPOs and play action. Yes, thank you. It doesn't work unless we have a running game. If we're one-dimensional, it's just going to be a horrible time, pretty much.
Yeah, I get that. Yep. Oh, it seems like looks like the gunslinger's having some technical difficulties for the rest tonight.
The whole key is this. Got us wondering who's the OC going to be. Then we'll have a lot more answers after that. We get know the direction.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think once we get the OC, we're gonna really start to see the direction that they're going to be leaning toward. We're not going to have a straight answer, but we're going to see the pathway where they could possibly go.
They're showing their hand a little bit.
Yeah. I do think in the OC, sir, I think everyone's overlooking the fact that the Bills have not committed to Joe Brady yet. And I think that might be
what the Bears are waiting for.
Hold up on picking an OC is waiting to see how far the Bills go. Because if the Bills don't want to offer Joe Brady that type of money he's asking, or maybe they want to go get somebody else, I go get Joe Brady. I mean, look what the Bills have done, dude. I mean, damn. I mean, you can't knock the man. You can't knock the man's success. Because they started the season 2-5.
What about the quarterback coach from the Rams? I like the Sean McVay, the tree there.
Yeah.
I like his coaching style.
Yeah.
But my thing is, what if the Bears are also waiting for Tampa Bay's?
Yeah.
That
was the other guy. I think
they are waiting. Tampa Bay no more.
I think they're waiting to see what happens with Joe Brady, mainly just because our offense kind of fits the Bills' offense. They just happen to be much better at it. Let's be honest, because I mean, if you look the way our offense is built, it's almost exactly the same. I mean, outside of Stephon Diggs, we talking about Gabriel, who didn't come on till late last year, really. I mean, come on, they only had one receiver, but they had tight ends. They had the tight end system, right? They had a really good tight end system and the offensive line system to go with it, and that's what they did. The Bills built from the offensive line out, to help Josh Allen out. Once Josh Allen was helped out, it doesn't matter who he's throwing to. You just need it. Their third best receiver is an undrafted guy named Shakur. Like, we don't even know. I don't even know what college he went to be honest with you. I mean,
Shakur? Yeah. Shakur he was out of Boise State.
Boise State. So I mean, so you're talking about. I mean, most guys people didn't even know who he was. They're like, "Who's this dude out here catching passes? Like, why is he their third best receiver?" But then you talk about their 3 tight ends who all have 4 touchdowns or more. Yep. So it's like, I mean, I think they said the Bills fired their OC game 6, and then look what happened. They start steamrolling everybody. So Joe Brady obviously know what he's talking about, even though it's his first time being an OC. And if they're not willing to give him the money, I say we wait. I say we wait and wait and see what he's
scary
all about.
That's scary though, because
it's kind of the norm.
I know he's having success with the Bills, but the Bills have a team that's already set. You know, they're already ready to go.
He took over. Let's face it, they weren't exactly lighting it up, even with the battle.
But they're still the same team. They're still the same team. It's just
he might, but that's it. But think though. So he took a bad scheme and turned it into a good scheme, which might actually just be our problem. And then we're talking that. Then we're talking about, we just had a bad scheme. Now money's worth a whole lot more now.
Yeah, and Keyshawn Johnson, and when he was talking to Jalen Johnson on his podcast, kind of hit on it a little bit. The guys that we're interviewing all run a similar system to Getsy. They just run it more efficiently.
Yeah.
Zach Thomas showed all these guys, even the guy with the Panthers, he was with this system as well. As a run game.
Timing. It's all about time. It's all about timing and how you set it up. I mean, look at everyone's talking. Yes, the Giants sucked. I get it. The Giants sucked. Whatever. But the Giants towards the end of the year, they started to figure it out when they switched OCs to I believe their quarterback coach, and it was the timing, right? It was, stop banging your head against the wall trying to run at the middle. It's not going to work. Okay, but we can't run the ball. Okay, Saquon, you can become a pass. You start catching passes. Okay, and then we'll bring in another back, and then we say bring in a double tight end system and get Darren Waller the ball. And it was just like it was a scheme thing. So I mean, you might have the pieces. Scheme just might be bad. And here's the thing: as much as I hate Getsy doesn't know how to set things up. He does not set things up well. I mean,
motion.
You're talking about we're running power, we're running dive, we're running counter, and Justin Fields is never told to pull the ball. When you have defense, like when I was watching them play, oh God, what's his name? The Lions, Hutchinson was slamming down every play on the running back. Like Justin Fields didn't matter. Like and then when he finally pulled the ball, what did he do? He ran for like 50 yards and scored, right? What I'm saying, like someone had to get in his ear and tell him, like, dude, pull the ball, like let Justin run the ball, right? That's the thing. Luke Getsy, I don't like the man. I don't think he's an awful OC. I just don't think he knows how to set things up well.
Oh yeah, see Higgins, I like it, but I think he's gonna get franchised.
He's gonna get paid. Dave, the Bengals owner has already stated he is going over the luxury, whatever the salary cap is, he's going over it to keep him.
Yep,
he's made that abundantly clear that he's not letting him leave the building.
Nope.
So
I would like to get.
He's writing a blank check to Higgins. I'd love to have T. Higgins, but that man, he made it abundantly clear he's writing a blank check for that young man. He ain't going nowhere.
Yep, I would too.
It's a dream. We got a better shot at Mike Evans and we have a better shot at Mike Evans and Michael Pittman and Calvin Ridley than we do with T. Higgins, unfortunately.
I wouldn't mind Pittman. I wouldn't mind Calvin Ridley. But I think Pittman and DJ Moore are very similar.
But I want a slot guy. I don't want an outside guy. I want a slot guy. We see the best players in the league right now. Receivers in the league right now, they're mostly slots. And the Rams got a really good one. The Rams got 2 good ones.
Yeah,
the Rams got 2 good slots right now. So I'm trying to get a slot guy.
All right, guys. We appreciate all the guys, everybody in the chats today. Please like, subscribe, share. Come on, spread the love, spread the good vibes tonight, guys. Please, we appreciate it. Chicago Sports Podcast wouldn't be here without you guys. So let's keep it going. We keep up the likes buttons for us, guys. We appreciate you.
We have over 100 members over the last week.
Yes, let's keep them ads coming, guys. Keep liking. We got all these guys in the chat. Let's keep on giving us this thumbs up and just keep this going, baby. So we can have more Thursday nights with y'all. And
I think me and Eric are gonna have a Monday night show too.
We about to get on a Monday night show. We gonna be in here talking. We'll be here talking Bulls and Bears, and we mostly Bulls this time. This Monday coming around though.
Ooh.
All right, Billy Donovan.
That sounds fire, man. That sounds real fire.
I'm gonna have to get my Bulls info up. Some not really following them much.
Yeah, because Billy Donovan makes you want to follow him.
Yep, pretty much.
Man,
I thought he was gonna be a good fit for the Bulls, man.
Joakim Noah's not there. That's why.
I didn't think he was going to be a good fit.
I did, man.
I mean, when we got Lonzo, I was feeling that, but without Lonzo, his system is not good.
Well, Lonzo will be back next year. He'll be back next year.
Will Donovan be back next year, though?
I don't know. There was rumors yesterday about Lonzo getting traded.
Real quick, before we get off, if Levine doesn't go, he's got to go. If Levine stays, he's got to go. That's just those two butt heads way too much, and it's just not going to work out. Either you trade Levine or you got to let Billy Donovan go at the end of the year.
The pleasure is all ours, Cheryl. Pleasure is all ours. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it.
She's there every single episode
and keeps us updated on scores. I love it, Cheryl.
Yes, sir.
Even when it breaks my heart. Oh man, got blank. Oh man, that's giving me heartburn and indigestion. Bruh. All right, with that being said, everybody, thank you all for tuning in. It's been a lovely night.
Pinkless is gonna be drinking that pink drink.
As my kids would say, go ahead. Slice that like button. Do what you gotta do. Hit the, give us some shares. Do what you gotta do. We everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Hit us up. Spread the news. We ain't going nowhere, baby.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Monsters of the Madhouse, baby. And we will be catching up with you guys next Thursday. But please do not hesitate to stop by every day, daily, coming through with the best, up-to-date, hottest topics on the planet about your Chicago Bears, Bulls, White Sox, Cubs. Yeah, the Fire.
Too many teams, bro. We got too many teams.
Yeah, you name it. We will have the news.
We might have another one coming too.
Stop it.
Yeah, we will
another
have
one.
Hit us
That's
up.
what I read yesterday. Another football team.
Oh hell no, we don't need another football.
This one winning first? Like, come on.
Oh man.
Let's get this one winning first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right, y'all. Till we see y'all again. Stay blessed, everybody. As I always say,
same.
Much love, good vibes up there. Say Chicago up, bear down, baby.
Bear down, bud.
Bear down.
All right,
Bear
y'all.
down.
Love.
Have a good night, y'all.